Off we go to the UK now, and the bust-up between Peter Andre and Katie Price is back in the headlines.
But this time it's Peter's turn to give his side of the story. Now, he's spoken for the first time about his marriage and the former glamour model. Take a look.
They were the celebrity couple famous for being famous, living their lives in front of cameras.
So... Your breath stinks, go and wash it.
But after a marriage lasting more than 3 years came to an end, things have now turned sour, very sour, between Peter Andre and Katie Price. So much has been written and said about them in the tabloids, most of it untrue. That's leading the stars to sue to try and reclaim their reputations.
I have never been unfaithful to my wife, not with this girl or any other girl. I also need to add that if anyone slanders my name, I will not hesitate in taking action against them. Now, hopefully this will bring these rumours and lies to an end and let me move on with my life. Thank you very much.
But setting things straight inside the courtroom isn't the only thing on Peter Andre's agenda. He's also keen to clear things up in the public arena by breaking his silence for the first time since his marriage breakdown.
A lot of people have been through this sort of thing, and it's interesting when you speak to them and they tell you that at the time they feel it's just a dead-end tunnel, because I do. I still can't see that light. I haven't seen it yet, you know, at the end. But I know it's there, I just haven't seen it. But apparently, I mean, there is nobody that doesn't come through it, and it's just a matter of being strong.
With his ex, Jordan, already declaring she's moved on, Peter Andre says he's concentrating on his kids and his work.
Well, joining us now with more is Editor-in-Chief of New Idea magazine, Mirella Cestaro. Good morning to you, Mirella.
Morning.
Now, Peter was maintaining a dignified silence, but he's piped up now.
Oh, hasn't he just? He's given an interview and he said that he's furious with Jordan. You know, it's time for him to kind of come out fighting and, you know, I don't know. I think the dignified silence thing went on a bit too long for him. Jordan's out every 5 minutes and talking about it all the time, so he had to fight back.
Well, how's he been coping with the breakup generally?
Not very well, actually. That clip there, did you notice how slim he looked? Like, not in a good way. He's lost a lot of weight, and he says it's because the emotional, stress has taken its toll on him. Also, he says he finds it pretty hard to just kind of carry out basic functions. Like, he said he was shopping, and he was standing in the car park, and he was so bereft that he just broke down in tears, and he can't really hold his life together. And look, I feel pretty bad for him. He's a really sensitive guy, and he clearly was very in love with this woman. He seems to have a problem moving on, quite understandably, because it's been pretty raw and pretty recent.
Yeah, it's all fresh, isn't
well,
it?
She's,
yeah.
Sunning herself in Ibiza with her new bloke.
Yeah, how nasty has a relationship become? We've seen his side, we've seen her side. They're talking about each other all the time.
This is it. I think when it comes to the legalities of it, they had a prenup, so that's going to be pretty OK. I think it's the slanging match, it's the sledging that is getting out of control. As you say, Kylie, she came out first, now he's responding. You know, there were photographs of her, as I mentioned earlier, sunning herself in Ibiza, and he felt compelled, he says, to ring her up and give her a bit of a slating for that. I mean, he just needs to kind of probably calm down a bit.
Yeah, obviously really
cool.
Yeah, really tough on both of them, but really tough on the kids. Any word on how they're coping?
Well, actually, this is interesting because Peter's admitted that the children don't actually know that they're separated. And although they have a handover every few days, the kids stay with him, the kids stay with her, when they're leaving, they just say, look, mummy's going to work or daddy's going to work to pay for your toys. They haven't actually fessed up that they're separated. But the kids are pretty young, so I don't know, maybe that's a good way to deal with it. I couldn't comment on that.
Sure, OK. I don't think it's the last we've heard of it.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Mirella.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mirella. And for all the latest, very latest celebrity news, make sure you grab a copy of this week's New Idea. Well, he's a